Hey everyone, it is Dani'i and welcome to this evening update, bringing you the latest on what is happening across the Caribbean and surrounding areas. And we'll also be talking about Calvin, which is going to be closing in on Hawaii as we head to later today and into tomorrow as well. And so before I go into details, please do subscribe if you haven't yet done so and tap the bell so that you never miss an important update. Alright, so we're starting out with Calvin and looking at the infrared satellite. Here we have the cyclone closing in on the big island of Hawaii, which is under a tropical storm warning right now. So as I said, as we're going to be heading into later tonight and into tomorrow morning local time, there will be impacts across the big island as well as for the other islands of the archipelago. So mostly in terms of the surf, so things are going to get pretty rough out there. So not the ideal time to be going to the beach. As you look at the visible satellite imagery, here we have the cyclone. Most of that activity is off to the north of the center of it, and that is the reason the big island is under a tropical storm warning, because those tropical storm force winds mostly lie to the north of the center of it. So even though the center isn't going to be making landfall there, at least that is not expected as of now, it is still going to be close enough for tropical storm conditions to be felt. And let's go on to the cone forecast as I speak. So there we have the big island outlined in blue, so that is the tropical storm warning being indicated there. So as we head into early tomorrow morning, 2 a.m. local time there, it is likely to make that very close approach to the southern coast of the big island. But regardless, there we have that shaded area indicating the wind field of the cyclone. So when it is going to be very close by, it's likely that the big island is going to be feeling those tropical storm force winds. But Calvin is not very strong right now. It is sustaining winds of 45 miles per hour and is moving westward at 22 miles per hour. So that is not a big change compared to this morning's update. And so afterwards, it will continue to make its way to the west, weaken to depression, and eventually a post-tropical cyclone as we head to the end of this week. Now, it is going to bring lots of heavy rainfall, maybe amounts of 4 to 8 inches, with some maximum amounts of up to 10 inches in some spots. And so as a result of all the rainfall expected, this could lead to flash flooding and even some mudslides in some spots. So I hope that everyone is taking the necessary precautions and preparing to hunker down for the system in the big island. So please stay safe, guys. And now we're going on over into the Atlantic, and we're starting out looking at the surface chart. So this was earlier today. So the axes, these orange lines are seeing the axes of these waves. They're actually a bit more to the west because this was some time ago. So we see that there is a tropical wave in the Caribbean, and that is helping to enhance a lot of rainfall across some spots. So we will be zooming into there very shortly, but we have that other wave approaching the region, and then there we see that new wave that has recently emerged off the coast of Africa, which is what some models are expecting to potentially develop into our next cyclone. And by the way, the next name for this hurricane season is Emily. So let us see if that wave will manage to intensify into Emily. And there we have Dawn up there. So Dawn remains a tropical storm loitering around. It should strengthen as it encounters some warmer water because it's going to be looping around for some time. But let's zoom into some areas on satellite, and we are starting out with the with northern South America and parts of the southern Caribbean. So here we can see that there's a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity developing across some spots. Some areas in Venezuela, going to Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana. Down in Brazil, we see some activity as well. We even see some thunderstorms just in the vicinity of Trinidad and Tobago, and also moving in to the Caribbean. So there is all that activity ahead of that approaching tropical waves. Nothing much going on for the ABC Islands right now. And so let's move further up into some areas. We want to go over into Central America right now, and here we can see that there is a lot going on over in the Eastern Pacific. There's even a disturbance there given a low chance to develop, and a bit of activity across some parts of the Yucatan Peninsula. Heading further down, things have improved a lot since yesterday though for some parts of Panama, going to Nicaragua, Costa Rica, where there was a lot of activity, but we see that it has improved today. And also we want to go ahead and look at the Northern Caribbean now. Here we can see that there is a lot going on, and this has been persistent for some time since this morning. So we see that there are lots of showers and thunderstorms extended across parts of Jamaica, going to Cuba, Hispaniola, across the Bahamas, and even in some parts of South Florida as well. So a tropical wave is helping to enhance all this activity here, and that is why there is so much showers and thunderstorms. And in the event of extensive periods of heavy rainfall, there can be flooding. So guys, please take necessary precautions and stay safe. So I will continue to reiterate that. The Cayman Islands, also some showers and thunderstorms nearby. So as we head further to the east, there isn't a whole lot, but there might be some brief showers or even some overcast skies for some spots, but nothing much for the most part, especially as we head further up to the Leeward Islands. And also there is that mass of dry air and dust coming in association with the Saharan air layer. So as we look at this map here we see these areas of oranges, reds. Some of this is moving into the northeastern Caribbean from Guadeloupe, going northward to Anguilla, and also for Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands. So exactly, that is pretty hazy for some of you guys. So not much rainfall because all this dry air helps to stabilize conditions. And so I will continue to keep you guys posted on all that is happening and all that is expected in terms of that tropical wave. So any development of this is not going to be imminent. As a matter of fact, let's go on to the latest update from the NHC, the 7-day outlook map, and here we can see that there is nothing new marked here. So that tropical wave has not yet been marked, if it will be marked at all. So we'll see what happens. As I said in previous updates, things can change, and there was no guarantee from the get-go that we would see development. However, it seems very much possible, and so we'll continue to keep you guys posted. And that is pretty much it for right now. And so if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will respond as best and as soon as I can. And as always, remember to be weatherwise.